Hey Flosstube, I'm Teresa. Welcome to Creative Whims Studio. Hey everyone, I survived the craziness of last week. We had Ellery's first birthday party at our house on Sunday, and Mom and Jerry, we thought they were all settled in, but their furnace wasn't working, so they had a heater, Eden Pure heater in there, but it kept blowing the breaker because we have to tomorrow we have an electrician coming to do something with the electrical to add a 50 amp or 50, I don't know, but they're still trying to get settled in. I mean, they're settled in, they have heat as of last night, but there were a few nights they got a little chilly. I kept telling them to stay up at the house with us, but they wouldn't do it. Anyway, so it's been a little hairy around here. I'm going to insert some photos of Ellery's first birthday party. Brianna's sister is a photographer, and she does an amazing, I mean, she's not like a professional where she makes a living doing it, but she has an amazing camera and she is really talented. And anyways, I'm just going to share some photos with you. I hope I don't bore you too much with my Ellery stories and things, but she is such a light in our lives that I just can't help but talk about her. We finally got warm weather. Some of the nights were even warm in the 60s, so that was nice. And the hostas are just going bazookas out there. They're just beautiful, and things are blooming, and it's just my favorite time of the year. It's my absolute favorite time of the year. The grass is growing faster than I can keep up with mowing, but it's green and it's lush, and I love it. And I went to the nursery and I bought the plants that I want to put in my pots, so I want to do that tomorrow, and we're kind of gearing up for a holiday weekend with our family, having a cookout on Sunday and hopefully a bonfire, because Kevin has Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. So needed. That poor man, he's exhausted working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. So we're excited to spend a lot of time together this weekend. But that was pretty much it as far as our week goes. I have some announcements to make. I am stoked to let you know that I kept my promise and I filmed the Punchneedle tutorial. I worked all morning on editing the videos because I did some of the tutorial here at the studio, and then I did some at the house because I wanted to show where I sit and do my punch needle. And anyways, there's a lot of editing to be done, and it took me a long time, but now all I have to do is upload it, all I have to do is upload it, but I don't have cable, so the uploading process can take days because I've got to upload my Flosstube video, and then I've got to upload those videos. So I shouldn't say days, but I'll have it all done this weekend. So I'm stoked. I'm so excited. I think I was way more thorough in that tutorial than I was in the previously recorded Punchneedle tutorial. And I think I covered everything possible, really. So I'm excited to have that released next week. I didn't make it to Findlay, Ohio last week to meet with Karen at Craft Gallery because our schedules didn't work out, so I'm going Tuesday. And that actually worked out better because one of my best friends, she's going with me, and we haven't had a lot of alone time together. Like when we're together, it's usually with a bunch of our friends. So I'm looking forward to Tuesday, hanging out with her all day and doing some shopping at not only Craft Gallery, but Jeffrey's Antiques, and I'll have Major Haul next week. I have Major Haul this week too. Oh my gosh, I got some really cool things to show you. Okay, so Mania is almost over. We have like another week. Stitch Mania is almost over. So I am going to have so many designs that I need to pull floss for, and I'm just going to touch base on that whole process. For me, what I do is I put it in the computer so that it looks appealing to my eye, and it chooses floss colors. Like I say, I want this color, and so it'll be DMC or weeks or whatever. But then when I go and actually pull the floss, I'm very familiar with weeks, so if I choose weeks, I'm pretty good there. But if I choose DMC, it will look one way on my computer. And when I print it out in color blocks, and it might look really good that way as well. But then when I go and actually pull those colors, when I go to Joann and I spend an hour pulling floss for it, I'm like, this is way too bright. I don't like this. So I substitute it with another color. I find, say it's a bright orange and I want a muted orange or a more rust color. I pick that and then I write the notes, you know, on my paper. So it is, for these smaller designs, it won't be that big a deal, but some of the bigger designs, you know, it takes a while to do that. So I'm going to have a stack. I'm going to spend probably an afternoon at Joann, hopefully next week. Spending a whole afternoon there just pulling floss to match, you know, the printout. So once Stitch Mania is over, so April was, I did a painting a day. Took me, you know, between 2 to 5 hours per painting. Designing for Stitch Mania every day takes me between 2 and 5 hours because I did some big ones and they took, you know, a better part of the day. So my June challenge is this: spend every day, whether it's an hour or 5 hours, whatever I can afford to do, spend that time cleaning my studio, because y'all, it's absolutely nuts in here. And I'm going to do a video of it before, so that after it's done you can see all I had to take care of. But it's getting out of hand and I can't take it anymore. So that is going to be my challenge for June. And you know, Timothy, I haven't had my assistant on in a long time, but he wanted to chime in here, so I'm going to insert a little clip from Timothy.
All right, y'all. I don't know how much I can say without getting my buns in trouble, but I just want to tell you something. You know how they say creative people are messy people? Well, Teresa must be a dang genius, because I tell you what, she got stuff everywhere. I know she keeps saying she's going to clean the studio, and I offer to help, but then I don't know where to put anything. Well, I keep begging her to do something about it, because I'm afraid I'm going to get lost in all this mess.
Isn't he adorable? You know, he has a point. It is very possible I could lose him in here. I'm telling you, my dog makes me nuts. With my mom and Jerry being camped right outside my studio, if she hears them or sees them, she barks, and I can't take it. So she's on the other side of the studio. You're still going to hear her, and I apologize, but I got to continue this. Okay, so other announcements. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the angel card deck that I was telling you about last week, it's at the printers. I cannot wait. As soon as they are printed, I'm going to place an order and they'll be available. I was going to show you the PDF because I'm so excited, but I decided I have way too much to talk about and I didn't want to waste time doing that. But I'm excited about those cards. The paintings, the two big angel paintings, are at the photographers. I have to pick those up today. And I think that's it. Yeah, other than, you know, I got to pull all that floss and start sending my charts out to my model stitchers. And I'm going to need new model stitchers too, because I have so many designs. I want, you know, this continuous rotation of designs being shipped out, designs coming in, so I never have to panic when I have a release. So there you go. I'm going to go into previous, well, I don't have any whips because, again, I worked on I got it done though. I used that design to film my punch needle tutorial. The design that I'm working on, the fall one for the 2019 fall issue of Punchneedle and Primitive Stitchers magazine. So that is done and I can start on a new design and have something to show you, have a whip to show you. And I plan on starting one of my angel designs. That's been something that people have wanted me to do in Punchneedle for a very long time, and I've been very apprehensive of doing it because I'm not sure that they'll look good as Punchneedle, but I'm going to try it. Previous finishes, I'm going to show you some things that hopefully I haven't already showed you. Let's see. Okay, the first one is Cat with Vine PN091. This measures 5 inches by 3.5 inches, And all I did was take a piece of birch plywood, and I get my birch plywood cut at my local lumber yard, and you can have it cut in any size you want, and I have them cut for my prints on wood. But these small leftover pieces that they have, they give them to me, and they work perfectly for my punch needle or cross stitch for mounting. So the edges are painted black, painted the top a mustard color, and then I painted a black rectangle, and then see the dots, I just took a marker and made little dots all the way around. Next we have Top Hat Sheep PN 166. This measures 6.25 by 4.25 inches, and it's adhered to a book, which you know is my favorite way to mount them. And the book color matches so beautifully with that design. I'm running out of room on my table, y'all. And we have PN083 Mr. Freeze, and he's on a cute little felted bag that I got from Dimensions probably 10 to 15 years ago. Well, probably, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. And he measures 4 inches by 3.5 inches when he's finished. He's adorable. He'd be cute as an ornament for your Christmas tree. And last but not least, in the punch needle, I have PN071 Santa's Surprise. Measures 4 3/4 inches by 3.5 inches. And I love him. And he is on, actually, he's on a cradled board that you can get at dickblick.com. These are panels that artists paint on. So I just painted that black. The edge is painted a burgundy, and then I painted a line around it and painted Merry Christmas. And all of my punch needles always adhered with Fabri-Tac fabric glue. Now for cross stitch. I think I might have showed this one already, but he's one of my #1 sellers. This is Cross Stitch 101 Country Santa. He measures 5 inches by 7 inches, and he is, the stitch count is 82 wide by 113 high or tall. But it's on this old piece of molding. So when I'm antiquing, I just look for things that might be cool. And I need to put like a rusty tin star or something here. Just need to dial it up a little bit. And when I say dial it up, you know, more like grunge it up a little bit more. And then we have Cross Stitch 129 Frosty. He is 5 1/4 inches by 7 inches. The stitch count is 107 by 86. There's a close-up. And he's just framed. I just painted the frame a green color that would coordinate with the design. And last but not least, I'm going to show you Cross Stitch 083 Mr. Freeze. I just showed you him in punch needle. Here he is in cross stitch. He measures 6 inches by 5 inches. The stitch count is 98 wide by 95 high. And this frame, I'm not sure where I got that. I might have got that at Kohl's, but just kind of a whitewashed frame, but he looks really good in that. All right, so there's my previous finishes. Do you like my new sweatshirt? I got this at Walmart of all places. It's not like I make a habit of going shopping for clothes at Walmart, but I really don't shop a whole lot anyway. I really don't. Just online, just Amazon. Amazon is like an addiction. But my mom needed some warmer clothes because she came from Florida. I mean, she knew it was gonna be cool, but she had like long sleeve shirts, but not like jackets and stuff. This is Michigan, y'all. We couldn't find jackets, like hoodies, zip-up hood. We couldn't find anything like that. I'm thinking that's just stupid. We're still in Michigan. It can get cold at night, or chilly at night at least, through June. I couldn't believe we went to a few stores and we cannot find jackets. But I found this at Walmart, and I loved it so much I bought her and I one. But, you know, anything with stars on it is awesome. Okay, after previous finishes, yes. Okay, haul. I gotta be quick about this because I got a lot of haul. I ordered from Amazon this week and Michael's. and, or not Michael's, my bad, Hobby Lobby. Amazon, I ordered some gold leaf. Oh my gosh, gold leaf. I'm going to insert a picture of what gold leaf is and how amazing it can look on paintings. Icons use a lot of gold leaf, but I want to use gold leaf and some of my angel designs coming. I've never used it. So, you know, I bought all the supplies I need to do it, the little brush and everything. And then some of this gold leaf actually has patterns on it. So I can't wait to use that and show you how that turns out. So gold leaf I got on Amazon. Oh, I didn't bring my book down, but I bought a book about the saints. I'll insert a picture. I love learning and reading stories about the saints. And this book, just the art on the cover was reason enough to buy it. But it's a nice thick book, and they're short little reads. So like you could read a couple a day, or even you could read one a day and reflect on it. And I'm excited to get started on that. Oh God, I know there was more from Amazon, but the real big deal was Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I think that, oh, and I bought canvases. I think I said that. Some 12 by 12 canvases that I have actually in my Amazon shop, but I want to test them out and make sure they're a good quality. So I ordered, they come in like a 5-pack or something, and I want to get back into painting angels and, you know, folk art and stuff. Since I've taken so much time doing designs for Stitch Mania, I haven't painted much this week or this month. So I want to get back into painting more, and I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to order some of these and make sure they're good quality since I have them in my shop. Oh, here's, I ordered from 123stitch.com some little pieces of blue. Remember the design I showed you last week, Home for Christmas? Let me just show you again, just to kind of refresh your memory. Oh, and then Kyle Reckemeyer, he suggested a blue, and I got to look that up and order it. But by the time so that little design there, by the time I read what Kyle had suggested, I had already ordered from 123 Stitch. So I want to show you what I got. This is 32 count Twilight Blue Linen. Isn't that a nice blue? Well, I think it's showing pretty accurately because I don't have any backlighting. So I think that looks pretty good. This one I'm not crazy about. It's a little bit too much of a purple blue, and it's a real thin. What is this one? This one is 32 count Vintage Winter Sky. It says lake, so it must be lakeside linen. What does this one say? Well, it doesn't say who that. So look at the difference. I like this one a lot better. And then the last one I got, 32 count Country French Rain. And I don't know who that was by either. Might say in my paperwork. So see the difference? But I think I like the first one I showed the best. So we'll have to see. Once I pull the threads and do a floss toss. I just learned that term this week watching Flosstube. I can't even remember who said it, but and actually I like this. I wonder what that is. Let's see. That is Picture This Plus Echo Belfast linen. But that might even work. So I might have a piece of, I don't think I have any of that left because I didn't see it over there. But anywho, got that, so I can send that out to get stitched. All right, back onto haul. Okay, so to be honest, I got this box from Hobby Lobby this week, and I hadn't even opened it until like 5 minutes before I started filming because I've been so busy this week. I got this. I'm sure you all recognize this because Priscilla and Chelsea showed this on their Flosstube videos, The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. And Priscilla did an amazing finish of one of her pieces on here. But I love it. I don't know if I'm going to put cross stitch or punch needle on it, but even just to use it for what it is for, like to hold your recipe book open or set it by your computer and have, like if you're typing something and you got to look I don't know, but it's super cool. And the other thing that Priscilla and Chelsea had on there, they were out of stock. They didn't have it, so, and it's really cool. I got a couple picture frames. Oh, this one is just to die for. I'm really into the galvanized metal. I mean, my husband's a sheet metal worker, and so we are like galvanized metal. It's our thing. It's our jam. But it's got barnwood and then the galvanized metal. And so I'm probably not going to frame something inside under the glass. What I'll do is I'll actually adhere it on the outside of this frame. And then I love this one, but I do not like this turquoisey blue color. So I will probably whitewash over some paint over top of it. And what I'm going to have to do with this one is whatever I want to put in this frame, it probably will be Ellery's picture. No, if I use this for cross stitch or punch needle, it's going to have to fit perfectly inside here and it'd be adhered to that glass because it's not going to stick to that frame. It's too ornate. But isn't that cool? Love that frame. I got a new clock for our house. We have a clock in our house. I love the clock. It's black and it's made to look kind of grungy and like chippy paint. And then the center where the actual numbers and the hands are, it's barn red and like a deep barn red, but it's under glass. So I have a lot of windows in my house and it's my living room, kitchen, dining room, and entryway it's just all one big open space. And there's a lot of windows. So whenever you go to look at the clock, there's a reflection of a window and you can't read it. And my husband's like, I hate this clock. So when I saw this clock, I was like, oh yeah, that is a Kogut clock right there. It's like barnwood and then galvanized numbers. No shine, no nothing. I cannot wait. And it's so primitive looking and it's a little bit bigger than the clock we already have. And it's going to fit the spot perfectly. So I'm really stoked about that. These are all from Hobby Lobby. I could have spent more, but I was like, I need to chill out here. Okay. Let me get on this side. Alright, I bought these. I have 3 of each, and that's what's going to be the giveaway, is one of these I'm going to give away. And so pay attention, because if you win the giveaway, you get to pick between this one, which is completely galvanized metal, and they're candle stands, and then this one is a wood base with a little galvanized top. Okay, they're candle bases. I'm not using them for that. So Vanna, if you're watching, I want to make a pin keep. So I had to design something that will fit in there. So to finish out Stitch Mania, I'm going to design something that will fit in each one of these. And when they get stitched, I'm going to send this and the stitched model to Vanna to make a pin keep out of. Aren't these awesome for pin keeps? So yeah, go to hobbylobby.com and get yours today. Okay, I got this for our coffee. I love this so much. Isn't it cool? Oh, on both sides it says Country Farm Coffee. Galvanized metal again with the wood top. I'm not going to put the grounds in there. I'm just going to put the bag that we use inside there and have it sitting out on my counter in the kitchen. Because right next to that is the dog dish that I got at Joann, and it looks like a mason jar, but it's real fat and squatty. Oh, it's awesome, and it will coordinate with that. I got this. What am I going to use that for? I have no idea. I really have no idea, but it's so freaking cool. I love this. Well, our spare bedroom that used to be Kyle's, and when he moved out, you know, we redid it. It is kind of like our office, and the desk that's in there is a gray metal desk that we got from when our church office, they moved the offices over to the church. So that building, they were getting rid of all the stuff in there. So we got this gray metal desk. So the theme in there is gray and metal and wood. Anyway, so I've been getting different things that might help organize in there. And this would be cute in the bathroom with like cotton balls in it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I love it. this stuff. I guess I'll just put it back where it came from. And then last but not least is this bread box. I'm not going to use it. I don't think I'm going to use it actually in my kitchen. I don't know. I might put a punch needle or a cross stitch on top of that and like use it somewhere and put the bread side to the back so that you don't see that it says bread. And then you could use it for other things. Because I already have a really cool thing that I keep my bread in. And we really don't even eat bread hardly at all anymore, only on weekends. You know, because we're like trying to avoid carbs. But isn't that cool? I mean, if you don't have something to put your bread in, this is fantastic. But you could turn it around and use it for something else. You could set it on the back of your toilet and put, you know, stuff in there. I don't know if rolls, oh my gosh, if 2 rolls of toilet paper would fit in there, wouldn't that be cute on the back of a toilet? And then on the top, put a finished piece of punch needle or cross stitch. Yes! I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's it. Don't you think that's enough? Good Lord. I'm dying in this. I'm gonna take this off. I need to pause. Let me just real quick, if you're wondering what this means, Kajabi Hero. Kajabi is the platform I use for all of my tutorials and e-courses. It's an amazing platform. When somebody purchases a tutorial or an e-course from me, they set up an account with a password and everything. And then if you purchase another one for me, when you log in, you go to your library and everything that you've purchased, you can get into from there. And it's just, it's the way the structure is to lay out your courses. It's just an awesome platform. So that's what that means. I think when you, I don't know, when you reach a certain amount of sales, you get a free shirt. And when you reach another milestone, you get a hat. And my hat, I loved it. It said Kajabi Hero on it and it was black. I loved it. But I was on a boat last summer and my hat flew off. And you know, if that's ever happened to you, it's kind of like sunglasses. They instantly, it's like they're made out of lead and they just go right to the bottom of the lake. So I lost my hat. Okay, moving right along. Finishes whips. Mania is next. All right, Mania, here we come. This week's, you know, I don't even know what my favorite design is that I've done so far for Mania because I love them all. This week was really, really good. There was, I don't know, I love them all. Okay, so let's start with, what did I start with this week? Oh, honey. This one's kind of a funny story. This is Oh, honey. The bees kind of look like spiders from a distance anyways. I don't know. I might change the bees. Maybe just have a couple bees and then have something else. But I didn't have the alphabet and the bees in there. I'm going to hold it up while I'm talking. I did not have the alphabet and the bees in there. They actually had flowers coming up like this and like this. Well, then it dawned on me, this looks way too similar to Beautiful Garden. Beautiful Garden is more rectangular. It's not square, but it has flowers, it has a bee skep, and it has a flower border. And so I wanted this one to look a lot different. So I put the alphabet in and added the bees. But I don't know if I like the bees in a row like that. I don't know. I have to rethink that. I mean, it's quite a bit different now with that, and the color scheme is different than Beautiful Garden. It's cross stitch 061. So I'm going for it. Then we have, you guys, I got all the things done. Last week I showed this to you and I only had the center done with the Santa and the reindeer. I gotta turn this light off. It's really annoying me. Ooh, about blinding myself. And I still have a lot of reflection from my windows. I got it all done and I love it. And so you could do all of those separate and have all those little pieces for ornaments. And then the center could be, that could be an ornament as well, but it could be a little pillow or something. But I love the way it turned out. And I want to let you know too, on these, on my screen, everything appears bright. Don't worry, because you know me and my color scheme, nothing's going to be bright. All right. I love that one. Ooh. La 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 la. This was one that people were asking for, and I think it turned out absolutely awesome. Okay, so on that last one, all the things, that's going to be stitched on like a gold color linen. So all that gold you saw is not going to be stitched. Same with Hope for the World. I love this guy. Look at him. He's so cute. But he's holding a little nativity scene, and all that yellow, that gold you see, that's going to be the color of the fabric. So there's a lot of stitching. I know that beard is going to make someone crazy, but he's worth it. I mean, come on, look at that face. Oh, it looks like he has a booger because I had the arrow right by his nose, and it looked like it. Yeah. Look at his little face and his little eyes, kind of like, I don't know, he just looks so somber, and I just think he looks awesome. Okay. Then I did, so this one's called Magic of Christmas. May the magic of Christmas be yours. And this one gave me fits because it's a small, I wish it showed the stitch count. It doesn't. But I didn't have a lot, I couldn't get a lot of detail for the eyes and stuff on the faces for the kids, but I did the best I could, and I think they're really cute. They kind of look like, I don't know what they look like, but they're cute. It's a little snowman parade with little kids. I love that. It reminds me of Frosty the Snowman when they're parading through the town. And then this cute little thing. This one is small, but fierce. I love this one. So this art that I created this from was actually made into a figurine with Blossom Bucket, and I have a whole bunch of these cute little Santas with the reindeer. There's penguins and a snowman. So there's a whole line I'm going to create around that particular looking Santa. But he's holding little stars, and they say joy. And then today, this one took me a while. Well, actually I started this one yesterday because I had Ellery and I couldn't get it done, so I finished it this morning before I did the editing for the Punchneedle tutorial. Okay, this was one I mentioned when I gave you 3 choices and y'all picked, what was it called? Flying lessons. And this was one of the other choices, Bell Snickles. Gosh darn it, it's so much glare. So the 3 Santas, Merry Christmas. I love that one. All right, stop saying you love that one. I say that on all of them. That's it. That's what I did for Stitch Mania this week. Totally kicking butt. I mean, it's been intense, but I love it. It's been a great challenge, and this is probably what I'm going to do every year for Stitch Mania, because I mean, to end up with at least 30, or even if it was, 28 designs, if some of those bigger ones I took a couple of days to do, 28 designs, and I get that out there, and as they come in, I can release them, and I think that's perfect to do that every year. It will give me a really big boost. That's it for, I wanted to talk, I didn't do my weekly Whims last week. Skinny Pop. Have y'all ever ate Skinny Pop? It's in the chip aisle at your grocery store, and it's GMO free, and it's low calorie. I mean, it has carbs, but if you're really hungry and you want a snack and you're watching your calories and not worried too much about carbs, eat handfuls of Skinny Pop. Oh my gosh, it tastes so good, and one thing I love about it, they better never change this, is that it's not salty. Because I have high blood pressure, it actually is doing well on the low dose medicine that I'm on. but I try not to eat a lot of salty things, and it's not salty. Color catcher. Okay, I never heard of color catcher, and evidently it's been around for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. But when I did the punch needle class up at Stitch in Time in Saginaw, Michigan, they were talking about color catcher. And you put it in your wash. I think they said it. Oh, how do you put it? I think it's just liquid. I've never used it. I think it's liquid. You put it in with your laundry detergent. And if I guess you can, or no, it's not. No, it's a sheet. It looks like a dryer sheet. That's right, because I'm thinking that doesn't make sense. It's a dryer sheet. So if you wash something and the color runs, that sheet absorbs it instead of getting on your other clothes. And these ladies swear by it. So I'm going to buy some at the grocery store and give it a shot. Because when I was dating Kevin, one time I did a load of laundry for him. I was trying to be nice. And I got to his house before he got out of work. And I thought I'd be nice and do some laundry. And something red got into his white socks and skivvies. And he had pink. I mean, we weren't even married. I can't believe he married me after that. No. But if I had color catcher, that would not have happened. And the other weekly whim. Oh my gosh. I have this problem. It's probably something you have too. My mom does this. But like if somebody falls, I mean, obviously if they fall and it looks like they're really hurt, it's not funny. But oh my gosh, like funniest home videos, the parts where people try to do stupid things and they fall. I mean, I'm just in stitches laughing. So I have this story of when I went to New York for Surtex. It's an art licensing show, and also at the same time is the, what's it called? Stationery show. And I've only been there once. I met a fellow artist that was with the same agent as I, and her and we became fast friends. And one day it was just her and I out shopping, walking down the streets of New York, and we were carrying bags and we're talking, and you know, you're looking ahead because there's people all over. And all of a sudden I see her bags go flying like 5 feet in front of us. And I'm thinking, like, the first thing in my head was like, what is she doing? And I look over and she's not there, and she had fallen. And I'm helping her up, but I'm laughing at the same time. And I felt, it's like something that I don't think about. It just happens. And I don't think she was really impressed with me after that. But I helped her up and I said, oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm so sorry, but I'm kind of giggling at the same time. My bad. And I have a video I'm going to insert of Ellery taking a little tumble. She didn't get hurt. I mean, how I happened to be filming at that time, I don't know. But I was just doing a little recording of her, and she just kind of rolled out of this chair, and you could hear her head hit the deck. But she didn't cry. She just kind of laid there for a second, and I'm trying to put my phone down and help her up. She went and got the tray for her chair. Oh! That, I don't know why I called it a weekly whim. I think it's just because that whole thing with Ellery. And anyways, that's it for weekly whims. Questions and answers. I only have 2 questions. Ray Shields asked, what program do you use to make paintings into cross stitch? I use Mac Stitch because I work on a Mac. They also have PC Stitch, and I think there's other programs out there for PCs as well, but not necessarily for Macs. So if you work on a Mac, Mac Stitch is the go-to one, and if you work on a PC, there's PC Stitch and then other ones, but I don't know anything about those programs. Julie Connell asked, how do you get, oh, she's talking about Ellery, how do you get her to keep those huge pink that huge pink bow on her head? Because last week I showed a picture of Ellery and she had a big pink bow on, and I think pretty much every picture I show, she has a bow on. Her mom, I'm going to have a link below to where you can buy those bows. Brianna, from day one, said this child is going to wear bows. So she had a bow on as soon as she came out of the womb, I swear. And it's just, as far as Ellery knows, it's just part of what she has to do. Like, she doesn't even know it's there. She's just so used to wearing them. She, once in a great while, if it slips down a little bit and it's bugging her, she'll pull it down. And then it becomes like a bow tie. It's kind of funny, actually. But I'll put it back up on her head and she leaves it. It's not like after she realizes it's on, it's not like she pulls it off. She's just used to it. So start them young if you want them to wear bows. That was it for questions. Okay, last week's giveaway winner was selected by the YouTube random comment picker, and I'm going to insert that right here. Who's going to be the lucky winner? The winner is Judy Starkey. She said, always enjoy you. Love every one of your new designs. Can't wait for them to come out. Those snowmen are so darn cute. I would love to spend the day with so many wonderful people, but I think I would have to pick Queen Victoria. I am enchanted by her, and I think she had so much wisdom. Thank you for showing some of your older pieces. So thank you, Judy. I just need you to email me your address and I will send your prize ASAP. So congratulations, Judy. Thank you everyone for your amazing comments. I was flattered because 2 people said if they could spend a day with anyone famous, which for one, I don't think I'm famous, but they said that they would want to spend it with me. And I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And yes, we would have a blast. Well, I actually wouldn't have you over till I clean the studio because, you know, like Timothy said, I might lose you in here. So this week's question and the giveaway is what I showed you. These, you can use these for candles or make pin keeps and put them on top. You get to pick one of those. So basically what you're going to say is tin or tin with wood. Or say either. And then it doesn't matter which one. But the question this week is, what is your favorite LNS or online shop? Where do you mostly spend your stitchy money or your punch needle money? Just let me know, because that way we're giving shout outs to all these stores, and maybe people live in your area and didn't know that shop existed. So when you put your favorite LNS, put what city and state it is in as well, please. And then if you shop online, let us know. We want to support our LNS, our local needlework shop, for sure, because those brick and mortar stores, they have a lot of expense, and if we don't support them, they're not going to make it. So if you have one in your area, please do that instead of doing online shopping. Nan Russell. Okay, her 9-year-old grandson picked for the fortune teller. So of course, when I read that, I was like, well, come on. I have to do that. I have to do that for her grandson. So she didn't mention his name though, or I would have mentioned his name. So he picked Green 42. Green 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I gotta pick 2. Before I open this, I was just watching something on TV. I was cooking dinner, and I think it was Goldberg's. Pretty sure it was Goldberg's, and they were doing this Chinese fortune teller. I was like, yes. But you know, if you watch the Goldbergs, it's back in the day, like when I was a kid. Like everything they talk about on there, I'm like, I remember that. Oh my gosh, it's such a part of my growing up. I love it. Okay, this is just a business story. It's not a funny business story. It's just a business story. I have one. When I was in that, I say this a lot, the heyday of licensing, I was licensed with, it was a new, well, maybe they weren't a new company, but they were new to me. I'd never heard of them. They weren't a seasoned company. They hadn't been around for like 20 years. So they were a newer company, but they were new to me. They were going to do this huge, extensive line of my art. And they wanted me to be very involved in the development of the line. I spent, you would not believe, how many hours developing and designing products for them. Well, they wanted to make these big, like all tin. I think they were going to be painted tin, not just galvanized, but made out of galvanized tin, but then painted. And they were to stand on your front porch on each side of your entryway and your door. And they were nutcrackers, because I had some nutcracker art. But they wanted me to design them in 3D out of paper, like out of cardstock. okay, that is not my forte. I don't know how to do that. Well, I spent like an entire day just on one of them. And if I could find pictures of it, I would show you. They looked cool. Anyway, I spent, I don't even know how many weeks designing, and I was so excited. Designing and developing products for this company. I don't even remember the name of the company. After all of that, they ended up not producing anything and collapsed. Went out of business, whatever. Poor management, I don't know. That was at the early stages of everything getting made over in China, and you had to order large quantities in order to save in the shipping. And I think for some of those younger companies, I think they got in over their head and probably ordered too much, or I don't know what happened, but they went out of business. So all of that hard work, hours and hours and hours, and probably weeks, I don't even know how many weeks I spent designing for them, all that time out the window. But you know, that's how it goes sometimes. I don't take it personal. I'm sure they would love to have produced it and manufactured it and sold it, but it just didn't happen. So anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support. And have a great Memorial weekend. I hope you have wonderful weather and enjoy your family and have cookout and try to keep the mosquitoes away. We have a ton of mosquitoes around here. But have a great week, and I hope you finish out your Stitch Mania week in full force. And we'll see you next week. Bye.